Hey guys, welcome to a new Blender tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to make this grassy meadow scene in Blender. So we are going to use Blender version 2.9 to make this. And if you want to download the project file, you can go to my Patreon page. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can go there and you can check that out. But first, this video is sponsored by Wingfox. Wingfox is an awesome place to learn 3D art, graphics design, concept design, animation, VFX, film production, and more. The platform offers wide range of courses, all taught by industry experts. They also have a Blender 2.8 course. This course is perfect for beginners as you will learn everything about Blender from downloading the application to 3D modeling, sculpting, rigging, animation, compositing, and rendering. Click the link in the description and use the code YHF10 to get a discount of $10 on your next course. So let's start making this. We are going to start by selecting the cube and the lamp and we are going to delete them. We are going to add a plane. So Shift A, under the mesh we are going to add a plane. This plane will be the ground plane. So you can go to that menu and you can increase the scale of this plane to about 10. So now we have a 10 meter plane. Now we are going to subdivide the plane because we are going to use the displacement modifier. So you can go to your edit mode and you can tap your W key and you can hit subdivide. After you click subdivide, you will see a new menu right there. In that menu you can define the number of cuts. So I'll give it 100 cuts. Additionally, you can give it a subdivision surface also. So we'll be adding a subdivision surface after the displacement modifier. So go to your add modifiers tab and under the modifier we are going to add a displacement modifier. So we are basically going to use a procedural texture to make our terrain. So press that new button to add a new texture. In order to change the texture properties, you need to go in the texture tab. So click that button and we are in the texture tab. Now in the texture tab we need to define the type of our texture. By default it is set to an image or a movie. So there are a lot of procedural textures in Blender and there is a bit of mathematics behind how these procedural textures work. So these procedural textures can be mapped on an infinitely large surface because they are procedurally generated. For this tutorial, I am going to use the Voronoi texture. I am going to change the distance metric to distance squared. That gives a better looking result. And you can increase the size to whatever you like. Now we are going to go down in the colors tab. And in the colors tab, we are going to decrease the contrast. So the contrast of this texture basically is the height of the texture. Now this mesh is flipped. So in the textures tab itself, we are going to go down and we are going to enable the color ramp. And this will basically help us to invert the texture. So just flip the color ramp. Okay, so our ground plane is done. So we need to add some materials. Go to the materials tab, make sure that the plane is selected and add a new material. You can rename this material to something like ground. Now while we are here, we'll position the camera. So in order to position the camera, you can press Ctrl Alt number pad 0 and that shortcut will snap the camera to the viewport position. Further, you can go under the view tab and you can turn on the lock camera to view setting, and by doing that you will be able to move the camera as you navigate through your viewport. So just position your camera in a good spot. I'm going to go in my render view and as you can see, we don't have any lights. You need to change your render engine to cycles. Now after changing the render engine to cycles, you can go to the world settings. In the world settings, you can click that yellow circle and you can select the sky texture. And this sky texture is only available in Blender version 2.9. So make sure that you have that. And this is a completely procedural texture. So you can change all these parameters and it will update in real time. So you need to just change these parameters until you get something you like. So just changing these parameters, nothing fancy. Okay, now this looks good. So we have our basic lighting done. Now we are going to work on the materials. And in the shader editor, we have already defined a material for the landscape. So in this material, I'm going to reduce the specularity. Shift D, duplicate that principal shader. And in one principal shader, we are going to change the color to a green color. And in the second one, we are going to change it to a brown color. Now after we have changed all these colors, we need to add a mix shader. So Shift A, under the shaders, a mix shader. And we need to mix these two shaders. And the factor will be the noise texture. So the noise texture will control how these two shaders are mixed. And the noise texture is nothing but a procedural black and white texture. So it is basically similar to Perlin noise. So as you can see, after tweaking all these settings, we get something like this, and this looks quite good. Now we are going to import the grass model. So if you want the model that I am using, I'll leave a link down in the description, so you can go there and you can check that out. So just go into the object folder and select that G2 grass one. Make sure that the active collection is selected and just hit the append button. And after appending this, as you can see, we get a mesh. Just move the grass down. In order to apply this grass to a landscape, we are going to use something called as a particle system. So select the landscape, go to the particles tab and add a new particle system. Now change the particle mode to hair. Change the number to something like 10,000. We'll also give it some random distribution. Go down in the particle settings in the render section and render as we need to change it to an object because we are going to use this grass object. And in the instance object, you can click that eyedropper tool and you can select an object. And as you can see, once you do that, you get some grass in the scene. And this might be really laggy for you because 10,000 particles is a lot. So this completely depends on the system. And as you can see, if I go in my render view, this looks quite good. So we are done with the grass, it looks good. So it's time to add the house. All the models are down in the description, so you can go there and you can download them for free. So we are going to append them and you can go under the object folder and you can click that house. I've already optimized all these models for Blender. So you get all the materials and stuff. So just positioning it and scaling it down. So just positioning this house, basic stuff. Always you can add more elements to this scene, but for this tutorial I'm going to just leave it like that. So that's it guys, I hope you like this tutorial. If you want to download this project file and if you want to download all the project files, you can do so on my Patreon. If you like this tutorial, leave a like down below, it helps a lot. And also subscribe to the channel for more tutorials like this, and I'll see you in the next video.